Hi everyone, hope you are doing well. Today I will talk about apply and call methods in JavaScript, and we will see how and when we can use them. In order to understand apply and call methods, let's first create a function. Function full name, and this would return first name and last name. Now we don't have first name and last name defined, so let's define them. And last name is my last name. Now let's print the full name, and it would print my full name. So here we have a function, and this is my script, and it has this full name function, and this full name function concatenates the first name and last name, and it prints my full name. Now what if I change first name and last name to this dot first name and this dot last name? Now we are seeing undefined and undefined here, and this is because this keyword here refers to the window object. So let me write it down. By default, this keyword refers to the window object, and this keyword refers to the window object because this function is defined in this script, and this is my global execution environment, or we can say that this script is the entry point of the JavaScript. So in order to print the full name, I will need to define first name and last name on the window object. So window dot first name is equal to winner, and window dot last name is equal to the way, and this is my name, by the way. So here we can see that my full name is getting printed. Now the problem here is that what if I want to reuse this full name function? One of the options is to change this to first name and last name. So basically we get rid of this keyword, but just because we want to understand apply and call methods, let's assume that we cannot change this. We have to keep it like this. Or let's assume that this function comes from a third-party library and we cannot change this. Now what if I want to reuse this function? One of the options is to keep changing the first name and last name on the window object and keep using it. So here I would change winner1, and this would print winner1 and the way. So we can keep on changing the first name and last name variable on the window object, but this approach does not seem right. Why would you want to keep on changing your variables on the window object just to reuse this function? So in order to make this function reusable, we have apply and call methods, and these apply and call methods, they change the scope of this keyword here. So it changes the scope of this keyword. So basically what we want to do here is we want to point this to an object other than the default window object. So I'll get rid of this function, in fact everything here, and what I'm going to do here is define an object, const my name, and this would be first name Vinay and last name would be Dubey. And now let me print console.log, and I would pass my full name here. So let's get my full name const. Full name is equal to full name. So we want to change this to my name object. So what I will do here is I would do call and I would pass on this object, my name, and that's it, my full name. And if I print this, it would print my full name. So what's happening here is this full name function is getting called with this object. That's it. If I try to do my full name with apply, so I can use apply as well. So if I try to use apply, it's still gonna print my full name. My full name with apply, and we can see here my full name is apply, same as my full name. Now the difference between call and apply lies in the way we pass argument to this function. So let's say if I pass two more arguments, city and state, and then I would do here is plus lives in city and comma state. So this is how we want to print. Let me fix this first, and then instead of full name, I'll just call this method details, and then I would change full name to details here. So here we can see that it's printing undefined and undefined because we have not passed any arguments to these function. So if we are using call, we pass all these arguments as an individual argument. So I would do Chicago and I would do Illinois. If we are using apply, we have to pass all these arguments as an array. So I would create an array and I would pass Chicago and Illinois. Yes, now it should be fine. Okay, we missed one of the double quotes. So now we can see here that it's printing both these call and apply methods are printing the same output. So this is one of the way we can change the scope of this keyword to an object other than the default object. And I hope this gives you enough background to get started with call and apply methods, and you can now have some understanding of how you can use this in your projects.